Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to discuss all about how to create a responsive contact us form using React.js and also Tailwind CSS. So here is the project that we will be building. So let's look at the project. First of all, I click on this send message. I'm able to see the validations. When I enter the detail on each input field, then the validation will be removed. Let's say admin, the first one validation I remove. Right, and the last one I'm gonna add, I need a project which used to build a content for me. Okay, so when I click to send, but before using the send I open the console because the message detail have stored in the console, and click on it, as you can see guys, and I'm able to see the message has been sent. If I do not click on it, after 20 seconds, you are able to see that your main page has been appeared. Means you don't need to click on the button to redirect your page, right? And the details are appear in the console. You can use that to store it in the local storage, or you can use them to get the detail in the email. It is fully responsive, so let me show you in the inspect element. So when I hit it, as you can see, this is a desktop mode, this is a mobile tablet mode, right, as you can see. So guys, it is cool project. So I will teach you how you can use Tailwind CSS, React.js, and also these are Lucide icons. So using these technologies to create that from scratch, right? So let's get it started. Guys, I have successfully installed Tailwind CSS, React.js, and also Lucide icon. So first of all, I will design the complete responsive contact us form. Once I will design it, then I will teach you how you can use the logic to add the validation, and how you can get the data from input fields, and how you can display the data inside the console. So without further ado, let's get started to design the responsive contact us form. guys, I have designed the contact us form, but the important thing is input fields. So I will use the logic to display the different type of conditions to add the input field borders and align the icons and many other things. So I will use the logic. So how you can use that, I go to my code editor and I'm going to close it. So I need to move on the top. First of all, I will create a more than 3 states. First one is errors, set errors, use state as the object best. The next thing, I'm going to create another state, status, set status, use state. I assign the values id, le. Third step, state, I'm going to create touched, set touched, use state, and I'm going to pass in the new set. Right, so I have 3 states. So I will use the error state to assign the different type of colors in the input fields. So let's look at that, how we can do that. I will create a const get input classes. This is a function, field name is a parameter. Inside there, I'm going to create a const, create a variable has error, target the touched state dot has, and passing the field name parameter, and errors as an array. So I'm going to use field name, right? And I'm going to show you how you can use them. Then I'll create a base classes variable and assign the classes, guys. So guys, I have assigned the classes in the variable. The classes have stored in the variable, right? Then I'm going to use if has error, means if they have any error, then I need to return base classes, and I need to align or concatenation the other classes like border 300 and many other things. If they have no error, by default I need to get base classes, and we need to assign So this is, guys, my function. I will use them in the input fields, and in the input field I need to pass as a parameter so field name. So let's see, I copy that and I need to move on down and okay, here. So just use dollar class name, function name, inside there you need to pass your name of the input field like this one. I'm going to save the file and let's see what happened. As you can see, guys, right, when have any error, then you will get the different color of the border. So guys, I'm gonna use it in multiple. Okay, you give me a second. And this is the email. Let's look at that. Perfect. So yeah, this is the phone. Okay, and I'm gonna copy it and I'm just paste on there. To set the time, this will be company. Yeah, perfect. And this will be subject, so I'm gonna use subject. Yeah, great. The last one is message, so just copy and paste on there. Right, cool. But here is padding left, so I'm gonna remove it and just like this one. Cool. And also I'm gonna add the class resize none. Resize none. Right. If you want to assign that particular size, you can do that. But I'm gonna use the default this one thing. Right. So inside they have error messages when you will call the function. I mean, click on the button like this one, then the messages, error messages will be appear with different type of border color. Right. So this step has been completed. Now the next step is I need to create another state that will help us to handle the input fields. So I'm going to use const farm data set farm data. I'm going to use step. By default, I'm going to send the object values nothing on each input field. This is email. This is a phone thing. Give me a second. You need to use comma. And subject, and the next one is message. So I will target the form data, copy just the form data, and you need to move on the down in the input field. You need to use the value form data dot. This will be a full name. Yeah, I need to use name. Just copy it and we're gonna paste on there. This will be email, right? And I'm gonna use same logic. This will be phone, and this will be company. I'm gonna set the file, and yeah, this will be subject, so just use subject, and the last one is message. Just copy. So the each input field value will be stored on our state. Which state? Form data state, right? So let's move on to create a function that will handle the input field validation. So give me a second. I need to create a function const validate form, right? In the validate form, the first thing is I need to create an object of the new errors, assign the empty object, and then I'll call the if the form data is not, I've used the not, okay, exclamatory is fine on there, to trim. Then come into the if body and I'm going to use new errors. Dot means I need to add the name. Full name is required. This is the error. When you will press the submit button, then this error will be applied on the input field. But also I will use else if form data dot name dot trim dot length less than 2. Also I need to display another error, like come and copy it, just save the time and write the name. Name must be at least 2 characters. So this is our first one error. So I'm going to use many errors. So give me a second, and I will just copy and paste the errors, right? Okay, and the next error I will use email. This will be email, and yes, email address required, email, right? And else if statement, I need to add the validation with email validation. Means I will check the characters which are used to get the email detail. So in order to create the function to handle the input field value, which is email, const validate email, right? And I'm going to pass in the parameters email. Inside there I'm going to use const email just, and give me a second, I will copy my previous project details. Just use return email regis test email. I'm going to copy that, and we need to paste inside else if give me a second, validate email, not validate email function, and we need to pass the parameter, right? Farm data.email. So in there I need to use email, please enter valid email, right? This will be valid email address. Okay, if you want to use another validation to check the phone, you can use same logic. So I'm gonna just change the name phone. This will be phone, this will be phone, and I need to use phone. Not phone, please just change, please enter a valid phone number. Right? So I close it. Just use if, but also I need to check the validation. Means I need to set up the characters which input field, means the phone number input field will be get only on the number. So in order to use the validation, so I will create a function that will handle the phone characters, right? So write that. So I'm going to copy my previous project validation tell, and I'm going to paste on there. Just use return phone regis test, and I'm going to use on the phone replace, and I will check it like this. Validation, G means global, and like that. So this function will help us to handle the validation and the phone number, right? So I just use on there, I don't need to use trim on there, I just use and not farm data phone like that. So this is my validation to check the phone number. So I'm going to use same logic to handle the validation in the subject. So I'm going to use subject on there and just change the name. Subject is required. Okay, and this will be subject, and in the else if I need to use length less than 20 characters, so I'm going to use message must be at least 20 characters, right? So not this is basically message validations, right? And I'm going to change that. Great. So I'm going to copy that, and also I'm going to use the same validation in the subject, and subject is required, message, this will be message is required, right? So the subject less than 5, at least 5 characters, and yeah, I think everything is perfect on there. And the last thing I need to use, I need to return new errors, right? So let's move on to create another function that will handle the input field. Const handle input change means change the value, then the error will be gone, otherwise display the error or red sign, so on and so forth. So I need to destruct the name and value from e.target, just use e.target, and I'm going to target set form data, create a function and make a copy of the previous data. I just use previous data is best name for previous data. In the array have a name and value. Then I check if errors in the name exist, then set errors, previous errors, same thing I'm going to do on there. And I'm going to use undefined on there. So this is a function that will help us to handle input changes. Let's move on to create another function that will handle the below. And yeah, so let's create it. Const, and I'm going to add handle below. Const text the name, e.target, set touched. These are state I created on earlier, remember? Let's use the logic on the set state, set previous touched dot add const new errors, send the validate form, calling the function which I have created like this one, and assign it in the new error variable. Then I'm going to use set errors and parentheses, curly brackets, previous errors, comma, assign the new errors. So this will be handled in the below. Okay, the last and final thing is what? Handle submit. Means user click on the submit button, then I need to move on next page or display another message, and also I need to get the data from input field, display the data inside my console. So let's look at that, how we can do that. I create function const handle submit. I'll create a sync function because I will wait more than 20 seconds, then the loading indicator will be appear in the button of the submit. Once the 20 seconds will be completed, then I will display the another message, right? So in order to use that, I'm going to use a sync Okay, and on e.prevent default const new errors and validate form function set errors, and I'll use new errors if object keys new errors dot length greater than 0, then I'm going to target set touched state new set parentheses. In the array I need to pass the name of the input fields, phone, subject, and message. New set in the S of capital. Outside of the if statement, I target set status is loading. Then I'm going to use try and catch. In the catch, I'll use error and set status is error, and I'm going to set time out. Set status should be, the default is IDLE, and I'm going to use 5000, right? Okay, great. In the tag block, give me a second. Okay, in the try block, I'll use await new promise resolve set timeout set time out resolve, and I need to use the time of the loading time, right? The next thing is I'm going to target set status have a success. The last and final thing I need to use set farm data. The default is empty, so I need to move on the top. For saving the time, I just copy it and we're gonna paste on where it is. Here, I just paste on there, right? Okay. And last and final thing is I need to target the console.log, and I'm going to use farm data. Once I use the function like this handle submit, then I will get the data in the console. So let's use them one by one in the application. But let's look at that, what happened. I'm going to refresh my page. Let's look at that in the console. Okay, everything is perfect on there. So first is I check the conditional rendering, and I need to first of all I need to use this one as a conditional rendering on behalf of my states. So give me a second. This is uncomment it, cut it, and use status kill true errors, and display this one. That's it. Save the file. Perfect. If the error exists, then display this one message or this one code. So let's move on the input field, but before using input field I need to fix this one. This is allowed. I need to cut it and use curly bracket, target your state touch that has name and errors that name is exist. Then I need to display this one code, and also I need to display the message which is coming from my function. Which function? Errors that inside the validation have errors, so I just target error.names. It means I need to target my this one content, right? So similarly you can use same logic on other ones. So just copy it and I'm going to paste on there. For saving the time, this is email. Just change the name and also change the name on there. Right, so let's move on. Copy that and just paste on there. And this will be phone, yeah. Copy it. I'm gonna paste on there. Also paste it. This is company, so copy, paste, just like this. Copy and paste on there. This is subject, just paste subject and subject, yeah. And last thing is message, so just copy it and paste on there, and this will be message, so just copy it. Okay, here, give me a second guys, give me a second. Copy and paste on. Right, so just copy, paste on there, paste, that's it. Great. So let's try to use the function. Give me a second. Handle submit. Okay, so give me a second guys. Where is my form tag? Here. In the form tag I need to use on submit and just target and handle submit function. Let's try to execute it. Click on it. Phone.register text is not okay. It's problem. Phone.register. Line 32. Okay. Text this. Give me a second. I need to check that. Okay, this is not text, this is a test. So let's try to, as you can see guys, the data, the validation data have appear in the input field. Full name required, email required with icon. These details is coming from my validation, and also I'm able to see the input field border has been changed. When I press something, let's, why I can't use that, give me a second. Okay, I need to use on change event. Okay. By the way, I'm getting the messages, error messages from my validation, right? Okay, so let's move on the input field and add the function like on change function. So give me a second, I need to target. Okay, so I need to use on change and I need to use handle input change. Also I need to target my another function is on below handle below, right? So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste on each input field and like that. Yeah, there. And the last one, yeah, okay. Yeah, perfect. So refresh the page, click on it, that has been appeared. Write something that has been removed. As you can see, refresh your page, click on it, full name required, write something, remove, and press send. I am able to see the error has been appeared. Okay, so let's try to add all of the information. Okay, and something. How to build a contact form. Okay, so also I open the console. Let's try to click on it. Email. Okay, also I'm getting the same problem, which I need to fix it. Okay, here's the test. Not text, just use test. Okay, click on it. Okay guys, I'm getting the message. As you can see, company name, admin, and many other things. Great. The last and final thing is, when you will enter all of the information in the input fields, then I need to move on another page with success message, right? So I need to move on our code editor, and we're gonna fix the issue to display the message, success message, if status equal to success. Then I need to use return, and I have a code which is just a design, and the design I just call the function when a user will click on the button to redirect the user with my contact us page. Right, so let's try to execute that. I'm going to click on it. I'm getting the message, but the problem is, when user will enter all of the information, then user will move on another page. Otherwise, user will able to see these error messages. Right, so let's fix this one issue. So I think handle submit. I need to check the handle submit function because all of the information is related to this one. Okay, so sync const new errors, set as object.keys, new errors, total length greater than, set touch email phone subject message, set loading, set status loading great. In the try block, promise resolve, set timeout resolve 2000, form data. Okay, after the form data, I need to use set touched new set timeout set status IDRA 5000. Okay, and catch error, set status is error, set timeout, set status is, yeah, it's perfect. So let's save it and let's type it. Click on it. Not. So let me check it. Name, email, subject. Give me a second. Okay. The problem is return. I need to use return on there. So I think it should solve the problem. Click on it. Perfect. I'm not moving with another page. Once I will enter the detail, okay, I need to move something. Hit enter. Right, cool guys, I'm getting the message sent successfully. Okay, I also move with my previous message to my original contact us form. Means you will able to see the success message. Once user will be see the success message, then who will be redirect with your contact us page. Right, the last and final thing, I need to use it in the button tag to display the loading icon. So it is very important, not important, but it is cool thing you need to do. Okay, so here's a paragraph, but here's button tag. Right, where I will use, okay, let me try to add on the status equal to loading, then I will use fragment. In the fragment I will use 2, just right. Also I will use the else statement, then it should solve the problem. Right, so I'm going to save the file. This is a fragment. In the fragment, width 5, height 5, border 2, border white, border top transparent, and rounded full animate spin. And also I'm going to use this text, send message ... In the else statement I also use fragment. Okay, give me a second, paste on the arrow sign, just use arrow, but before using arrow I'm going to use send message, like this. Save the file. Let's try one more time. Random details, I just put it, as you can see, the loading indicator. Right guys, so this is our code project guys. So let me check the responsiveness. As you can see guys, right. Okay guys, so I used 3 technologies like a React, Tailwind CSS, and a side icon to display the icon. So I built this one from scratch. I hope you are understood as well all about it. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.